Hey, looks like, what's the deal? It's so weird. Um, I guess I don't need this up on the screen. I know you're not seeing it, of course. Uh, so I have to, I guess I have to manually keep track of both. Let's not worry about restream here for a quick sec. Pull this out. Let's pull this out. And in fact, I can go. Let's see some here. Hold on, I'm just having some. So basically, basically the chat wasn't sending over to YouTube from Restream, and I did the thing where you toggle it off and on. I didn't realize that it actually took you offline, so it I essentially restarted my stream. It was already streaming, so the stream is still from the same stream, but the URLs are different now because it um yeah, let's put this over. I guess actually I don't know. Let's see something here. Let's pull the chat out here. Actually, maybe I can do this a different way. Just give me a few moments, please. Um, okay. It doesn't matter how wide this is. It does matter kind of how tall it is. And I swear that my rub my nose has to do with allergies and ah ah. I'm not sniffing or snorting or whatever. So, anywho, I should be able to. Maybe I should do it like this. I think I could do it like that. Maybe. Actually, maybe what I should do is like this. I'm just rearranging my windows so I can see the chats to both Rumble, and nobody talks in Rumble, so I don't know if the chat ever works there. But I'm rearranging the um, the windows so that you can see it. Okay, let's see it. Let's see how close we can get it. Can we get it? Okay, these are about all right. These are about the same size. Doesn't matter though, because chat only doesn't go the whole length. Okay, anyways, sorry about that. Here I can save it. Well, I can save it, but it doesn't matter. I'll delete that. Let's close that. Okay, sorry about that. So I basically turned off both streams for some reason through Restream, and since uh, since Restream chat isn't working, even though Restream itself is working fine, I am going to here. Let's move this over like so. Yeah, let's move it over a little more. No, no, this ways, this ways, this ways, and yeah, yeah. You know what's weird? My nose. Okay, so so it's weird to me. Like I do this. I mess with my nose a lot. I try not to do it, but I've always had this stuffy nose ever since I can remember. Half the time I can't breathe. I can't sleep. I can't sleep on my back. Um, how does that work? I can't sleep on my stomach. I have to sleep on my back or on the side because I can't breathe otherwise. and so it's because my nose has been perpetually stuffy. Maybe I got polyps or something. I don't know. I've never been to a doctor about it though, so I mean it hasn't really been that detrimental other than being kind of annoying. So I'll tend to rub my nose and stuff. And then I was watching a thing. Okay, so I'm conservative. Most of you should that watch this should already know that. Um, so I watched some conservative YouTubers, and Benny Johnson was showing a deal about Zelensky, and I guess Zelensky, from what they kept saying, see that rub my nose now just because I'm thinking about it. Um, but I guess they Benny kept claiming, and a lot of people I guess on the internet were claiming that he uh, several times that he was high on something, that Zelensky was high on something, and so he's like rubbing his nose, he's doing this thing, kind of like they do, right? Um, when you have, yeah, when you're doing some certain sort of illegal substance, and so I'm just like, man, I mean, I look like that anyways, and if I don't get enough sleep, and I'm super tired, and you can tell when I'm tired because I almost doze off. But I don't know, I look like I'm doing something, you know. It's just I'm going, oh man, now I have to make sure that I don't ever touch my nose ever. Not that I should anyways, because it doesn't look that great on camera. But I'm just going, oh man. So see, I'm still doing it. My nose is stuffy all the time, all the freaking time. And yeah, I got allergies. A lot of it's allergies. I get hay fever and stuff. I get I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called oral allergy syndrome, and for people that suffer with hay fever, certain fruits and vegetables you can't eat because it affects you. Like I can't eat apples. Actually, things have been a little bit different lately. Partly because I'm down here in Florida, so the climate's a little bit different. But I can't really eat apples. Carrots, some raw carrots sometimes. Celery a little bit. Although my dad usually soaks celery in water, and celery hasn't bothered me lately. But it make my throat scratchy and make things hard to swallow and stuff for those certain things. And so yeah, I get pretty bad hay fever, pretty bad allergies, and so yeah, my nose is all messed up right now, and I'm just doing this thing, and then I'm watching this thing on the news about Zelensky looks like he's high, and I'm like, oh man, I must look terrible to people watching my stream. Um, but anyways, apologies for being late, and apologies for all that stuff. So I guess I should get started with my game because I'm running out of time. I'm burning daylight here. Uh, okay, so let me pull up Redot. I gotta work on that too. I don't know. I don't really know how to. I don't know how to work on my like delivery and stuff, and just talking to the camera. I can talk to the camera. I guess I'm more comfortable now than I used to be, but I sound less comfortable. I basically uh, I stop thoughts midway. I go off on tangents. I say and ah and whatever a lot, and generally my delivery is horrible. And supposedly it's supposed to get better over time, but it doesn't for me. I have to. I guess I don't know. I guess I have to practice like rehearsing stuff or something on there's no script to this. This is just me developing and me just talking to you. So, and I kind of tend to talk like this anyways in real life. Well, if I'm on a conversation, I'll do this kind of the stops and starts, but I won't do the umming and the ahhing and whatever because I'm trying to think of stuff. I don't do that in real life. Anyways, come on, shrink down. There you go. Let's move this out of the way. Here. Okay, and let's take this and increase the window size. Okay, that's okay, I guess. And if you notice here, you don't notice it because I haven't put desktop yet. Okay, there we go. There we go. Now I'm finally getting to work here. Anyways, so apologies to everybody that started on my other stream and then didn't get to it. Yeah, it puts these extra commas in here, and I need to find a way of saving it so it doesn't do that. So, I need to go into the save data thing here. So let's do that. Okay, so I need on save button pressed. Build dictionary, create doors, assign inbound. Assign inbound rooms is probably the problem here. Maybe it's not the problem though. Maybe it's the actual writing out. Save data. Let's go to save room data. We want save room data, I think. Now, the inbound, the Hebert Home 1, the inbound, that's fine. Enchanted Lands, inbound, doesn't have anything that's true. This one, inbound, should be Enchanted Lands, that's true. Okay. So the problem we have is when we have more than one. So let's go to Cerulia. Wait a second. Is Cerulia not loading? Cerulia is not loading. Hubert Home. Right, door specs. Inbound rooms. Okay. Right, save room data. Inbound. Comma / n. Inbound doesn't equal. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to go to, let's open that in a new tab. I'm going to have to go into the rooms folder and go to Cerulia, and I'm going to have to edit that by itself to take this out. Because it should, if I load it properly, I saved it, and if I reload the scene, it should load properly without any errors to it. Whoops. Without any errors to it. So, scene, reload, save scene. Cerulean should be there, I think. Yes, Cerulean is there. Okay. Wait, scene, reload, save scene. Okay, so there's nothing weird there, okay. So the problem comes when the problem comes when you save it, right? So actually, let's go to the 2D map. Okay, something is weird. What is weird? Hubert home 2. Yeah, this is something really weird with the way this is working here. Um, two doors. Yeah, because I didn't really test that, did I? Hubert home 1, Hubert home 2. These two doors, though, should be equidistant from each other. Well, I mean, I guess technically they are, but I don't know why they're not moved over. I mean, I don't know why these are close together, so. Mm. Okay, let's check, let's go to this one. Check the door specs. They both go to Hubert home 1, Hubert home 2. It shouldn't be spaced out like that. Hmm. Okay, what happens when okay, let's go to save, because it's going to give me an error here. So let's actually go and let's check. Okay, for one thing, it needs not to have an extra comma if there's only one. So if there's only one, not have an extra comma. So that's the one thing I didn't take into account. Okay. So we're going to say how do we account for the extra iron range? I think here. Iron range in count. Oh, this is the inbound, huh? This is the doors. Door and doors. Door strings. I in range of door strings dot size. Okay, so let's see. We append these as separate strings, I see. So for each door it does this. I'm trying to figure out why in count in data plus equals um let's do something here. Let us save room data inbound home 1 Hebrew home 2. Okay, now let's go back to script. In data equals in data stringify. Um okay, so there okay. So let's go through this manually in my head. In data. Okay, so let's go down here to door data. In data. So it's going to create these parentheses, the brackets, right? I don't know. Let's pull up this. Let's pull up this deal here. Actually, let's not pull up that one. Let's pull up you're at home. Okay. Okay, so just give me a sec here. I can ask Grok because I am still on the free thing, but I want to figure this out because it's something I should be able to figure out that somebody else can figure out. Um, First of all, the comma, we don't want a comma in here because these are just strings, right? In data, append. Okay, for one thing, I don't need this stuff. For another thing is, we're gonna assume that these are complete strings, right? So door data is each door, one, two, that sort of thing. So door strings, I don't even need door in strings up there, not in that format because that's all they are is strings. So now this goes to door strings size, right? Define range door string size JSON string plus equals door strings I. If I is less than size minus 1, okay, so I have to think in my head how this worked. Okay. So this here says okay, the strings. The string is just this. There's no comma, there's no slash n or nothing here. This says if it's less than the size minus 1, append that to it. Otherwise, append just a straight slash n here. Okay, so I should be able to do that up here. First of all, we don't want this in here. Let's do this a little bit differently. Okay. Okay. We gotta do this loop a little bit differently here. Oh, I wish I could do a block thing. Doggone it. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and comment each line out because I'm gonna redo these lines here. Because in reality, I don't need all this crap here. Okay. We'll leave that there because it will be important afterwards. Okay, so bar uh, in strings equals. Now this is gonna be like, I don't know, 8 spaces, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Actually, we're actually gonna copy this sort of. We're not doing this in count thing though. For inbound in room dot inbound rooms. Okay. Colon. Oh, I see. I guess we're gonna do this by count. Okay, for I in range. Um, room dot inbound rooms dot size. Um, in strings dot append. I don't know if I can control V area. Plus JSON stringify. And what we're going to do is we're going to room. Why is that's inbound rooms? What's the deal here? Inbound rooms. Stringify room dot inbound rooms I. Yeah. I don't need in count. Oh. I know why I needed in count. Oh, okay. Yeah, it doesn't know what it is. Okay, I'm not very good at coding. I mean, admittedly, you can see that. Um, we only wanted to save the number. Okay, so all of this is kind of correct anyways. I can still do it this ways. In fact, I should do it this ways. Although I could actually append the string directly, but what we don't want is we don't want this. Okay, because they're all 9 of them are strings, and I only want to put the ones that aren't empty, and so if it's equal to empty, right? Inbound does not equal empty space if there's something in there. Then I want you to take that, make this in data this here, and append it. Now I could just append it directly though if I want to, where I don't actually need it in data. Okay, and then it does the count. Okay, so this is fine. So the next thing is for I in range of in count. What do we do here? Doors size is greater than 0. In strings dot size is greater than 1. I don't even know why I did that. Why did I do that? Okay. In count JSON string plus equals in strings I. If I is less than door strings dot size minus 1, I don't know if I need this in count greater than 1 thing. I'm not sure why I do that. There's probably a reason, but I'm not sure why right this second. Okay, so now we're doing the same thing, right? I is less than door string size, less than in strings size minus 1. Um, comma slash n. If in strings dot size is greater than 1, is it? What? Okay, so what's the last one here? The size is greater than 0, s slash n. Why does it need a comma slash n? Okay, I'm trying to figure out here. I'm trying to do the door thing like I'm doing the door thing here. Okay, so they say there's 2, and that's 0 and 1, and this is what we do. We have one door and we have the next door. Okay, I get it. Size 2, 0, 1. We append the door strings I. See some here. So the strings are there. The individual doors are the single strings. Okay, okay, I get that. There's 2 doors here, so we append each of the door. Oh, I'm not taking it in its entirety. I get it. I get it. Okay, so 0 and 1. So this adds the particular door string, the particular door, to the JSON string. Then, if I is less than, in other words, if it doesn't if we're not on the last one, then append a comma and then a slash n. So it does that. It appends a comma slash n to each one. Okay. In this case, it would just be the first one would be 0, but the first one. Then it says if door strings dot size is greater than 0, if there's something in there. Oh, if there's at least one in there. Oh, if there's at least one in there, Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. So I finally got this correct in my head here. Um, okay, so let me go back through this in my head out loud here, just so I can organize my thoughts. Okay, so there's two doors, and so the size of the doors is two, and I in range would actually be 0, 1, right? Not including the two, because that would be three strings. But in this case, there are only two, right? So it adds this door here, this door string here. Then it says if we're less than the for less than the last one, then add a comma and add a slash n. Comma in a new line, right? So that it puts the doors one down each other. Now, when it gets to the last one, which is 1 here, if I is 1 minus door string size minus 1, which is 2 minus 1 is 1. So if 1 is less than 1 and it's not, uh, 1 is not less than 1, and 1 is the same as 1. So now it drops out. It doesn't append the last string there. Then it says, okay, so if there's more than, if there's at least one string, one door in there, then just do a slash n, but don't do a comma. And that's what I need to do up here. So I need to do kind of the same thing. Okay, so less than. So if there are two inbounds, then it's gonna append this to it, right? That's for count. That's not size, right? Although we can use size now because we put the string into in strings, so now we can use size for that. Okay, so then if in string size is greater, it should be greater than 0. Then we do slash n, and then we do the closing curly bracket. Now this should just work now. It should work like it's supposed to, I think. I don't know for sure, but I think. So let's just go ahead and go to 2D, and let's go ahead and save room data. Okay, I just did it. And, okay, so this had a comma, reload. And now it no longer has a comma. Let's check out Cerulean. Let's open Cerulean. And now we just have V2. So now what I should be able to do is reload save scene, and it should not error. Let's close this so we can just see, make sure reload save scene should not error. And it apparently does not error. Okay. Okay. Now my only problem here is that why are these spaced so far apart? Actually, I think I know. It's because the first one starts at the margin, and the second one is pretty much almost the whole length because there's only two doors. If there's three doors, it would be like there would be one in the middle. If there's four, it'd be one in the middle. Two, two like. So that's probably working like it's supposed to. Although personally, I'd like to see him a little bit more in the center, but maybe this is better just to leave it this ways. Okay, so now the only question is how come the inbound ones aren't spaced out appropriately? So I guess I need to go to the door code, update door visuals, and see if I can make sure that the update inbound visuals follows the same rule. Because I think these lines are actually moving to the correct spot. If you notice, right here and right here is where those inbound visuals are supposed to be. Okay, so let's check out the script here. And let's go to room and let's go to see, update inbound visuals. Create. Total width divided minus node width divided by gaps. Okay, let's wait. Door visuals. Okay. These should almost be identical. The Y is the Y, but the correct new. Where's the position though? That's what I want to know. Can we maybe I have to do that in text editor. I'm not sure. I need them side by side so I can view them side by side. Um, let's see here. Redot. Projects. Scripts. Let's open room. And let's see if we can do a new window. Resense. Edit anyway. I'm not going to even actually edit it. I'm just going to view it. Okay, let's make these exactly. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to go down to pardon me. Update door visuals. Here I want to define date inbound visuals. The only difference in these should be the position, the Y position. Check for a container. That's fine. Pardon me. Okay. Get children inbound is empty. Okay. So these are the same, kind of the same thing. Panel width plus equals 100, which I did on purpose. Center. Margin 80. Panel width 2 times margin. Width after. Here, let's do this. There we go. Come on. Okay. Another with door size, gaps. Number of gaps between nodes. Okay, that's going to be the first thing. Because we're basing it on doors, we're not basing it on the amount of inbounds. So that might be the total problem right there. That might be just it. Okay, door size. The rest of these should be pretty same, pretty self-explanatory. Panel separator Y, position Y. Oh, I don't remember which one is which here. So these should be the same. HBox position. Negative panel width divided by 2. Panel size y plus separator y. No, I see. Separator y minus 20. Okay, I know what these are. These are both okay. So the x is the same, the y is a little slightly different. That's fine. If there are inbound leaks, okay. Okay, so let's wait. Let's go back up here. Is this the only difference? No, the difference is the size, the door size. And we need a count. We need a we don't do it based on the number of doors. Doors that size times 20. Okay. So let's go to update inbound visuals here. And we don't want to do any of this through the doors. Here, let's see some here. Control F, doors dot size. Now, okay. Update door lines. Oh, I kind of get it though too. Um, this is based on the door size, inbound visuals container. This is based on the current door size of the current dealie, not how many are inbound. So in other words, if there are two doors up there, if there's only one door here, it's gonna assume one door. But the lines are drawing to the correct place because it's drawing as though it were drawing toward the two doors. So that's basically all I have to do here is um, mm, 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 var inbound count equals 0. Oh, really? Where do we have an inbound count here? Oh, so I'm already calling inbound count. Okay, that actually helps a little bit. Let's go ahead and copy this. Control C, Control V, and let's copy Control C, V. That way I can do inbound count. And we're going to do the same thing here. Let's take that off. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's go to 2D. Let's, I might be able to do it on save because it might call it. Okay, no errors. Let's reload save scene. And there we go. That's great. So if you notice here that these two are red because there's only one door, right, leading to the parent. Here is two doors coming off of this. So that means that these are two different colors, see? But it still works because you can still, I mean, you can still read it, you can still see it. And now I don't have an error anymore. Awesome. 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 Okay, now I actually have to go and actually work on the game. So again, okay. Let me check this. Nobody's chatting, right? Okay, of course not, of course not. Why would they be? I screwed up and close the stream. I just posted a new link afterward. As soon as you say computer, right? Screwed up and closed. I thought it would do something else using restreaming. So, hoping it would reset something and allow restream to send that data. Um, Instead it cut off the stream. So my bad. I guess I'll okay, let's do this. Yeah, I guess I of years. Especially I had 4 already on Rumble. Now I don't think I do. Alright, how many viewers do I got in here? 2. Well, at least we got 2 in here. I had 4 in here though. And none of you guys that comes in on Rumble, it comes back. Yeah, yeah, that was the correct answer. Said, "What are your thoughts on Kanye West's new song?" And I said, "I don't listen to Kanye West." He said that was the correct answer. Yeah, that's funny. Um, yeah, so I guess I'm sorry to all those that logged into my stream only to be it for it to be shut off because because I stuck of the streaming stuff here. But anyways, okay, so now that I got this off and out, I can now go back and man, 105. um okay, well, anyways, sorry folks. What what happened to what happened to the restream deal? Chat won't send chat twice. Um that doesn't really matter, I guess. Notifications. Hit reload. Yeah, somebody liked three of my posts from X and maybe I should have deleted those. I could have deleted those, I guess. In fact, maybe I should still delete those. Should be working on my game instead of screwing around, but screwing around is more fun sometimes. Let's go to my profile. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I'll just delete. Well, no, let's delete those. Let's see what I should have. Okay, so one, two, three. I screwed up. Okay, then let's just delete that one. And let's go to the next one down. Let's delete that one. And my other 105. Okay, delete that one. Okay, at least all I have up on my profile is these ones that I didn't screw up. I screwed up new URLs 105, 105, 105. What? Oh, what? Wait a second. That should be 104. Post was deleted. Let's see if I can delete this one. There. Post was deleted. Let's delete that one. Um, profile. I screwed up. That's fine. I screwed up. Screwed up. This one is not fine. And this original post is deleted. Delete. Okay, so now all I should have in my profile are just the 3, 2, 3. Yay. Okay, good. Yes. All right. I'm ready to delete that those other two, those little short 20-minute no streams. Anyways, okay, so what exactly was I working on? Walks around his home, finally goes to large crystal ball, sees. Oh, you know what I should do? As I should test this out now. It should work. Everything should work fine here now. Let's see if it does. One. If you wish to continue. One if you wish to go home. One wish to go Cerulia. Okay. Start this over again. One, 2, 1. Okay, everything's good. So that's good. Forgot the best course that was like you could see in different rounds. Puts this over magic. Okay, so this what I was so what I was doing here is I was leaving the text up, and then down here is where I was going to add the choices. Heber goes to his home and goes directly to the study where he sees many books, scrolls, and his papers. There's also a large crystal ball in its own cradle in the center of the room. He wishes to examine hit 1 if you wish to examine this book, scrolls, and papers. Hit 2 if you wish to look into the crystal ball. Okay, so Heber at home 1. Okay. Hubert looks through scrolls, books, and papers. Hubert looks at the scrolls, books, and papers. Let's see. And almost finds nothing of note. When as he puts back last book, notices a slip of paper fall out. After picking up and examining the paper, he notes a handwritten list of requirements for possible new assistant candidates. Okay. And I guess this is not really events here, but let's not write it like that. Let's get a little bit dry. One of the loose papers he examines has handwritten list of requirements for an assistant, which read loner, possible introvert, into fantasy, um, nervous, social anxiety, possibly shy, not not much. What word am I looking for? Contact. Much contact with the opposite sex. Not much. What word am I looking for? Not much interaction. Fantasy. Okay, well, we'll go by that. Hit one if you hit one to go over to the crystal ball. Now, for a door here, we don't want it in Cerulean. We want this to go to your home too. Go save. Okay, let's go to save room data. Hmm. Um, so let's reload just to make sure that it works like it's supposed to, because it's probably not updating the door visuals or the door lines or the inbound visuals or door lines here when we save. So we're gonna have to do that. So let's see if it fixes. Reload save scene. Okay. And that's one thing I didn't think about. Okay. If you notice here, they're crossed over. Now, it's fine, it works, but yeah, I might have to. I mean, I could manually do this. I guess I'd have to think. I'd have to make sure that. That's interesting. But where? Okay, so he were home too. Oh, that's because I'm a dodo. That's all. I'm messing with two when I should be messing with one. Wait a second. That's not. Okay, let's do something here. Here at home, one goes to one and two. Wait a second. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, here at home, one. Here, okay. Okay, this is the actual original, and then this is okay. Heber goes to his home and then goes directly to the study where he sees many books, scrolls, and newspapers. Fresh crystal ball. Home one should be okay. One of the loose papers. Okay, handwritten. Oh, for okay. Hit one to go over to the crystal ball. So this is supposed to go to two. Hebert home two, like so. Nope. Okay, this is supposed to go. Let's do this again. Okay, Hebert goes home, goes directly to the study where he sees many books, scrolls, and newspapers. There's a large crystal ball on its own cradle in the center of the room. Hit one if you wish to examine. Hit two if you wish to examine. Okay, so one is the scrolls, books, and papers. Two is the crystal ball. Now, let's see if we can do this. Home, doors, one and two. The problem is it shouldn't be crossed like that. This should actually go to two. Should actually go to two. Oh, Oh, what am I looking at? I've got it. How do I forget how to shrink it. There we go. There we go. Okay, so Hubert home. Hubert home. So that and home one. Home one says go to the crystal ball. One goes to two. Hmm. This isn't wrong, but I want this to go to inbound one, and I want this to go to inbound two. So that's still correct in the doors that it's supposed to be doing, but there's an incorrectness in the order. The order should still be. How, what do I? I'm not sure how to do that. I'm not sure how to work that, how to fix it or whatever. Oh, it's time for break anyways. I should go on break now. Okay, I'll see you back in about 30 minutes. Break. And let's go ahead and cut my mic. Hey, Rook. Okay, so what I need to do here is I need to uh let's see. I should go ahead and write back there as well. Back, and then we'll click on that, and now back over here. Okay. No, I mean back over here. Dang it, minimize that. There we go. Okay, so let's go to Hebrew Home 2 and let's check the inbound there. Uh Home and Home 1. Okay, so Home and Home 1 is the order, which is kind of the correct order. You know, it's kind of like this. Oop, right? So Home and Home 1. But okay, let's check Home and let's check the doors and see what their order is. So their order, it's the doors have got to be swapped, right? The doors for Home, Home 1. Home and Home 1 is the parent. Home 1 and Home 2 is the door. I'm not really sure what to do about this. Like, this door goes to Home 2, which is where it's supposed to go. Okay, I'm not really sure what to think of that. Do I need to have it like swap visuals depending on where I have it sitting? Because this is something I never thought about because I didn't really deal with it because I didn't really pay attention to it when I was building it. See. So what happens if I swap these? This one goes over here and then no. I'm not really sure what to do about it, honestly. Um, Anybody have any suggestions? I guess I could ask Grok. Um, New window. Let's ask Grok. Let's put this back up. This over. And let's go to Grok, I guess. Let me do a screenshot. Let's let's do something here. Let's put these closer together. Uh, oop, put these over here like this, kind of on purpose. Well, this way I can kind of, okay. Okay. So this is 1 and 2, right? So 1 and 2, right? Goes to there. Now, the the thing here is the order, right? Because this is before both of these, it's picking, it's setting the inbound first. Then this is setting the next inbound, and it's doing it on the next line. I think what I need to do is I think I need to it needs to reorganize the lines based on where they're positioned. Okay, so let's do a screenshot. Let's go ahead and we can do selection. Copy. Have everything is working like it was programmed. So no actual bug. But there is an issue. Uh, we could call it a defect, whereas a bug is one that actually can't execute. But a defect is an where it doesn't work as programmed, whereas a defect is one where it thanks Rook the one where it works exactly like programmed but has unwanted effects. Does this make sense? Let's see what it says. I don't think this is the messed up conversation. I think I wanted to start a new one because of the what it's actually doing. Yes, here to distinguish the bug and defect that presents a common way to categorize issues in software. A bug is a flaw in the code that causes it to fail to execute, crash, or produce incorrect results compared to intended behavior. For example, null reference error. Logic error causing a crash or calculation that outputs the wrong value. It's deviation from the program or expected behavior due to an error in implementation. Defect, as you described, occurs when the code works exactly as programmed, but the program behavior leads to unwanted or undesirable effects. Often rises from a designer requirement issue rather than a coding error. For example, if features implemented as specified, but the specification itself leads to poor user experience, unwanted, unexpected side effects, or unintended consequences. That's a defect. you're saying everything you're working as program no bugs, but there's a defect because the program behaviors on one affects distinguishes clear. I'll wait for your next statement to understand. Okay, so um, what do you see here? Hopefully it should work right. Like I said, I don't think think I changed conversations because I was working on the actual game stuff, and this is actually programming. Oh, line thickness. Huh. Okay, so you're not able to process the image. Okay, you can actually, but somewhere there's a limit, and maybe perhaps it's partly because I don't have X premium anymore. Okay, well, we can just end this conversation. Oh, thanks. And I might be able to go to a completely new conversation and ask it, and it would tell me. And if it doesn't tell me in a new conversation, I know it's related to my account. Okay, so let's do a new one. No, let's do a new one. What do you see here? Okay, just making sure because um, some of my previous conversations appear to not process any image as I send it. I'm not sure where the limitation lies, but I had to start a new conversation in order to ask you about it. Please acknowledge before I go on and keep comments and answers as short and succinct as possible. I can process this scene. Okay, so what you're looking at is a portion of the Redot engine editor's viewport. Redot is a fork of Godot 4.3. Now, I can make tool scripts in GDScript, and they run in the editor, and so I have it set up to where the rooms, various locations, display in the view in the editor, even though they don't appear in the actual game this way. Special editor map scene was created for this. I could easily lay out rooms, which again are locations. They're defined on disk as JSON files and loaded in dynamically. Game works fine. This code works fine, but I'm having an issue with it. I define it as a defect versus a bug, where a bug is a deviation from what was intended. That is something that leads to errors, stops execution, or crashes, whereas a defect is an issue where everything works correctly, but not as I intended. It's programmed as I intended. Let's acknowledge. Okay, so what you were seeing, what you saw in that screeny was, so in the screenshot, the colored squares on the bottom represent doors, which are essentially nodes that lead to another room. The colored squares on the top represent inbound links. Essentially, multiple parents. The lock icons are simply because I had them locked so I couldn't fiddle with the lines and the door and inbound visuals. The lines just connect the doors to the destination rooms inbound links. Bottom to top. Please acknowledge. So the issue I'm okay. So based on the screenshot alone, could you offer a guess estimate best estimate as to what the defect could be? I just want to uh, know how you process it before I tell you what it actually is. Might be related to connection since the lines connect doors in. The issue could be that the editor map scene isn't correctly reflecting intended room connections, or navigation logic is defining your JSON. Yellow line might indicate unintended circular reference or duplicating navigation path that isn't in line with your intended design. Well, no, this isn't the actual problem. Let's see if I can get you to come up with it without outright telling you. I'm kind of doing this on purpose so that I kind of want to know how it's processing the image. You know, I mean, it can't possibly know that the lines cross. I mean, it can't, it doesn't know that the lines cross is anything that is actually unintended. But maybe I can get it to come up with the thought like when we look at it, when we look at the thing and we kind of go, wait a second, those things are crossed, you know? Has to do with the lines. Um, Tell me based on what you processed, which rooms connect with which other rooms just the image. Okay, so is that correct? Let's see something here. Oh, yeah, I can actually just go to the thing here. Uh, Hubert Home connects to Hubert Home 1, red line. Okay. Hubert Home 1 connects to Hubert Home 2, which is no. Not exactly. You've got part of it correct, but exactly. Again, notice the colors don't actually matter. Other than indicating different doors if there are more than one. Okay, so tell me again what connects to what. Might be easier if you're just going from the top down. That is, no door is connecting back to the top. Not that it couldn't, just that it doesn't in this screen. Connects to Hebert Home with one inbound link. Hebert Home. Hebert Home 1 and Hebert Home 2. How many doors are on Hebert Home? Okay. You're wrong. Alright. Interesting. Where's the lock to this? That's interesting. Oh, I see. That's this because this represents. And this is actually for these, so. Um. Not true. Please check again. Two doors, one representing two colored squares at the bottom of the screen. One is red and the other is... What? Huh. Well, again, either I'm hitting a limitation or I'm not presenting it in a way that it understands it. One is red and one is yellow. Can you tell that? And how come you got it wrong for? That's weird. I wouldn't think you would have some sort of first glance when processing image data, since you don't really look at it like humans do. But I sort of understand you might have been biased toward the red lines because they were more prominent. Meaning, you kept thinking that the yellow line linked upward. In truth, there can be up to 9 doors and 9 inbound links of various colors. It always starts at red, and then I change the hue depending on how many doors there are. Okay, so now given this information, how are these rooms laid out? Your one has one door. No. Actually, Hubert home 1 connects to Hubert home 2 with a red. Hubert home connects with Hubert home 2 with the yellow line. So now with all this information I've just given, could you tell the unintended consequence the unintended display, the unintended behavior? No, that's not true. Okay, not true either. Hubert home 1 has a red square. A red line connects to Hubert home 2's incoming links, which is also red. Hubert home is connected to Hubert home 2 via the yellow door and yellow line. I don't have a circular link here, so that's not the problem. Is there anything else you can surmise? Yellow connects. Hubert home 1 has one. It's, it might even be messing up because it might be based on the fact that they're crossed. Okay, so you're still wrong. I'll just all the information. So Hubert home has a red square or a door with a red line connected to the incoming red square on Hubert home. What? Hubert also has a yellow square with a yellow line connecting to a yellow inbound link on the top of vert 2. Hubert 1 has a single door that's red with a red line connecting to the red square on vert 2's inbound upper link. My problem is that the red and yellow lines are crossed. Possibly due, I believe, due to the code that processes the rooms. Sequentially. So Hubert gets processed first, and the links added to the other two rooms. Then Hubert 1 gets processed. With the one inbound link into Hubert 2. So basically, yellow line, yellow incoming link on 2 is set first, and then the red line is set second, causing them to cross. Can you understand that? It's basically repeating what I said to it. That's okay, I guess. I wanted to give it. I wanted to get some, come up with some information so that when I asked it to help me, it could say, "Well, you need to do this." So, I'm not sure if you can even help, but would you suggest a solution to uncross the lines? Okay, that's not quite right, but maybe this gives me some ideas. John after the yellow line. Not really sure. Not exactly, but I suppose I could always order always reorder they're actually incorrect. Doors. Doors. Favorite. Are one and two in that order. When it comes to the next room, one. That makes me wonder. Let me see. Let me see something here. Something I should have recognized before, anyways. Okay, so let's go to. Okay, we're in Hebert home, right? So this is one, and this is two. Hmm. I didn't think about sorting the children. Will we be you'd be resorting the. Be the parents though, right? Let's see something here. Yeah, not getting much done today, am I? Um, I could change colors, but you can't just, okay, so you can't just change colors. You have to actually change positions. So I actually have to take the color rect and not just swap colors, but literally swap the color rect's positions. Because otherwise it would just swap the colors and that would be the red and they would still be crossed. Well, at least it's giving me an idea anyways. Just changing colors won't work because they would still overlap. However, I would literally have to resort. Well, not as easy as that. I have to resort the incoming links. The incoming links would have to be changed. Hmm. Now, originally, what I was going to do is I was going to have them all like grade, and only the ones that are used that actually have doors, they were going to be lit up, right? And then that wouldn't work. Well, no, it would. Let's see, would that work? Let me see if that would work visually. Yeah, visually, all the red ones would be over here on the left, so it would literally be on the left. Shoot, maybe. This is kind of stopping me. Their original idea was to have all nine squares there and only turn them on depending on, you know, what they're coming on. So, and it would be based on the index. So, for instance, this is door number one, this is door number two. In the actual case of actually having nine doors, this would be actually be one and nine, and one would go over to one over here, and then nine would go over to nine over here. So no matter where it was in the same location. Huh. Yeah. if I had a proper layout tool too, this might not be as much of an issue. Why? Because I'd be controlling it a little bit more. I mean, it would still be kind of there'd be still kind of some of the same problem really about the order and stuff. I don't think that would really work as get children go line nodes, get color priority. C index is something specific to Redot Godot. So messing with that would only change the order the lines are drawn. Yellow is drawn first, the red is drawn over it. But regardless of the actual order, they still cross. They need to not cross. See, okay, so what I'm thinking I might do, this is to anybody that's watching or listening, which probably just means you, Rook. Although occasionally I have people pop in and out, so I don't really know who's in here and who's not. But the let me do something over here. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do this like a visual thing, which means it depends on where I place it in relation. So if yeah, if so I need to judge. I need to go through each of the children and see their position or their order or however you want to say it, and then go if I guess it would depend. But if the one door is on the right, how would that work though? Honestly, see this moves both lines. What it'd have to do is it would have to say if if the one line, depending on which side of the panel it is. You know what? I might have to rewrite this stupid thing, and that's going to take more time away. I mean, I suppose I could. No, because it would change the okay. Assign inbound. I'd have to go in the assign inbound and I'd have to be able to determine that, wouldn't I? So really, this should be over here. So the first thing I'd have to do is I'd have to tell it to to swap the or to change the order of the inbound links, so that instead of one, the first inbound link, this would actually be the last one, which would be, or the second one, and so that would mean that this is over here and then this is over here. Actually, I think that would do it. Inbound. Well, I might have to redo it. I wanted to start working on the actual game, you know. To prevent overlap, for example, you could offset the inbound link positions to shift the yellow inbound link slightly to the left. Don't not exactly. We would have to rearrange incoming links, but I need to know how to. For sort of, we're getting there. It should sort the incoming links based on the order of the doors. The yellow door on Hubert home is the right side. So I should make sure the incoming link to that on um in the same order as the doors. However, this wouldn't work if Hubert home had two doors, one, two, one, two, and two doors and Hubert home one also had two doors, one, two, two. I might have to rewrite this system completely. My original idea was to have 9 door visuals and 9 incoming visuals to be grayed out. And the active doors incoming to be colored in. This means each would have a specific X coordinate and color, and they would match up. Furthermore, I was going to do the connections based on how many doors they had up to 9. So if there was only one door, then that would end up in the center, going from center to center. Oh. Breaks down if multiple doors connecting, predefining the positions and matching the inbound links to the same order. You ensure that lines go straight from door to inbound link. Straight from door to inbound link without crossing. Inactive doors inbounds can be grayed out, while active ones are colored, maintaining visual clarity. The issue with your current system is the inbound links are assigned positions sequentially as rooms are processed, not based on fixed mapping. Rewriting the system to use fixed positions aligned by their indices would prevent crossing, even with multiple doors for multiple rooms. For example, If Hebert Home has two doors, to Hebert Home 2, say door 1 is red and door 2 yellow, and Hebert Home 1 has two doors, to Hebert Home 2, say door 1 uh, green and door 2 blue, the inbound links on Hebert Home 2 should be repositioned in the same order as door indexes, ensuring an overlap. Yes, but it still seems a bit confusing. Like, maybe there's still a problem with that design. Rooms here, door 2 yellow to connect, door 3 green, and door 4 blue also connected. Designs that assumes a one-to-one mapping between door indices and inbound links, which doesn't account for dynamic nature of connections across multiple rooms. Two rooms connect to Hebert Home 2 using two different door indices. The fixed inbound link positions might not reflect the spatial arrangement of the source doors, leading to a cluttered or unintuitive layout in the editor. Potential refinement could be to decouple the inbound link positions from a fixed order and instead dynamically calculate their x coordinates based on the source door's x coordinate. Example, when a door from Hebert Home connects to Hebert Home 2, the inbound link on Hebert Home 2 could be positioned the x coordinate that matches or closely aligns with the door's x coordinate in Hebert Home, rather than using a predefined slot. This will ensure the lines are as straight as possible and reflect the spatial relationship of the rooms, reducing visual confusion. However, this approach might require a more complex system to handle collisions. Two doors from different rooms try to map to the same x coordinate on the target room. Yeah, this is what I'm currently contending with. Hmm. Could always compare X positions of the panels, actual room panel, to decide on a horizontal order. Since Hubert home 1 is now positioned to the left of Hubert home, then the incoming links could rearrange accordingly. Hubert home is positioned to the left, and Hubert home. I'm keeping this. Yes. I imagine for me it might take a little while to make it work properly, but I think that's probably the best solution. Certain the inbound links on based on expositions of the source room panels should indeed prevent the lines from crossing by aligning them with the spatial layout. Take some tweaking to get it right, but this approach should give you a clean. Okay, thanks. I will be back tomorrow. Okay, well, it looks like my time's about up anyways. Okay. I don't know why you keep getting these extra notifications here. But okay, whatever. Okay, so I guess that's all for today. I actually did a little progress. I mean, it's not totally progress, but so I'm gonna go ahead and record my little recording, my in stream recording here. So give me a few minutes. I'm doing it while on stream because I have the microphone up and open, and this way I can make sure that I don't record anything that doesn't have audio to it and stuff. So, and it means that it takes less time, which means I can just quit when I quit too. So I'm gonna start recording now. Okay, today is Tuesday, May 13th, 2025, and today I didn't get a whole lot done, but I got a little bit done. So let me show you what I mean. Um, I finally got rid of that bug, and the bug was just that it was saving the extra comma. When I click to save the room, it would save an extra comma, and the JSON doesn't read well like that. You have to remove the comma, and you have to make sure there's no extra comma at the end of an object. So I just had to fix that, and that works. But I come up with a new problem, which is it's not really an error per se. It's not like a bug. It's not like something that causes it to crash. But if you notice here, these yellow and red lines are crossed, and that's because of the way it processes it. So it processes Hubert home first because that's the first in the order. So the red one goes to Hubert home 1, and the yellow one goes to Hubert home 2. However, because it adds the link, the incoming link first to here, then this is actually first on here. So if I go to that's inbound rooms, and let's see, Hubert Home, see? Hubert Home 1. So it's doing this in the proper order. But in reality, it should be actually the opposite order. Um, if I save it and I reload it, it's just going to go back to the way it was. So it's just going to rewrite like this. It's going to swap it again. So I can't just do that. I have to fix that. But you can see since Here at Home incoming is the first one, even though it's the second door, and then Here at Home 1 is the second one, even though it's its only door. So that's the problem I ran into today, but that's all I got done today. So tomorrow I'm gonna see if I can fix this, and I will talk to you later. Okay, well, folks, meaning Rook, that's it for today. So I guess be back tomorrow for another exciting episode of Boring Coding with Keith. And thanks for watching. Thank you for watching.